Hey guys, Joanna here. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Yes, I'm in my bathroom, but I'm fully clothed and I'm not using the bathroom. And yes, I already brushed my teeth, okay? But 3 things before we get into this video, and it's going to be really short and to the point. 1, you're better than the devil. 2, you're unconditionally loved. 3, you're protected by grace. You're untouchable because of grace. I'm not saying go out there and kill anybody, right? Yesterday I seen Never Heard Of, right? Movie was phenomenal. Now, after the movie, I had a little disagreement with my sister, right? My sister called me a hypocrite because I told her to shut up. Why did I tell my sister to shut up? Now, that's negative, right? And I am a positive person. This is why she called me a hypocrite. Because she came out and the minute that we stepped out of the movies, all you heard was complaining about all of the things that she had to do before she went to sleep last night and early this morning before she went to work, right? Now, I give it to you. My sister's a hard-working woman. However, that negative, I was so happy inside. I was so happy, so joyful. That movie was amazing, right? And I thought we were about to, vent about this movie, in a good way, because venting is not bad all the time. We was about to talk about this movie, talk about how good God is. And mind you, I'm trying to influence my sister on this understanding of grace, right? And I'm like, this is the perfect, I want to see, I want to hear what she has to say and stuff, right? And, we females have a different attitude when it's that time of the month, right? And I tell you this, I totally forgot it was her time of the month. However, I also forget that people don't get things the way I do, and I'm working on that, right? But that goes to say how I always tell you guys in my videos, I'm preaching to the choir. It's like, and that choir is me. I'm preaching to myself. I don't make these videos because I know what I'm talking about. Half of the time I can't even pronounce these words, right? But I'm eager to learn. I'm eager to learn because I want to be different. I want to be different because I've seen myself. I've heard people talk about the old me. And I've seen people facial expressions when they see the me now that's working, because I'm still not all the way fixed, right, to the old me. And it wows people. And I like to wow people, right? But today I want to talk about how we get so caught up on all the things that we need to do in life, and we fail to realize that it messes up our mind. And remember, your mind is messed up, your heart becomes messed up. Your heart and your mind is messed up. It flows out of your mouth, which speaks life and death. I'm not perfect. At times I say curse words. I at times say shut up to people that I sincerely care about and that I'm just trying to influence in a good way, right? But the negative drive that she was pushing off, I felt like dropping my daughter and just going with her, and it's just like, and I'm not saying going negative with her, like going at her, and I'm just like, this is my little sister. I have to be an example, right? But the attitude and the negativity was just like, it was so powerful that I forgot just to block it out and just say a prayer for her, because she doesn't do better because she doesn't really understand anything better than the worldly ways of being frustrated and being overwhelmed of all of the things that they need to do in the world, right? I have a board that I write everything that I need to do. And on that board, I will put do as soon as possible, right? And I will become overwhelmed. But then I'll think about it and I'm just like, I don't need that done as soon as possible, because when it's supposed to be done, God will make sure I sit my behind down and it gets done. I do this every single day, though, you guys. And I forget, but then I'll pray about it every single day. So the last 2 days, not including yesterday, right? Because yesterday was the day that I remembered. And guess what happened? I think it's like 15 things on there. I got about 6 of them done. And they all were done good and correct. How good is he? And won't he do it? So yesterday we seen the movie Never Heard Of, right? And it was towards the end of the movie and the father's out, right? And he's just like, Father, give me a sign. I don't know where my son's at, but I have to protect my son, right? This is how good God is and how powerful God is, right? And this is crazy because people that don't understand grace and don't understand the power of God, they're just like, nah, that was just a coincidence. There is no coincidence, you guys. It's bringing a ball to my throat because I really love my sister, and I just want her to understand that she is so loved. She has so much potential, and give me a second. I just want everybody to really know how much God loves them, because it's phenomenal, you guys. But my friend that taught me grace, they irk my daggone nerves, but I just learned to not reach out every single day, to cut it short, because it's something that I don't know if it's the devil, manipulating because they see how great we are together, but I can't handle it right now, right? The every single day thing. I can't handle that particular person. Why? Because I'm still battling worldly ways and worldly thoughts, just to be honest, and one of them is feeling judged, even though honestly, in the world, I don't care what people think about me, but the people that I care about and I love, I do care what they think about me, because that's my circle, and my circle is what makes me, and I make my circle. And that's just how I feel. I'm not saying it's right. Remember, this is my truth through my eyes. But in the movie, right, God gave him a sign. You know what God did? He set the alarm that had no keys in the car, in the inside of the engine, right? And it was apparently inside of the guy's pocket where nothing, he wasn't being fumbled where it accidentally could have been hit or anything, right? He set the alarm off. That father was able to go protect his son. Now, I don't know if they're going to play the movie or if you're ever going to see it, so I'm not going to spoil the whole thing for you, right? But in that instant moment, people just was so like, wow, and it's like every other row said, and won't he do it? Because he does it, you guys. And I mean God will do it. God will mold the people's heart that are so cold and so bitter and so hurt, because he's the one in control of it. If it's not your time, you won't believe it. If it's your time, it sounds so evil and so mean, right? And I'm not mean, and I swear, I'm just not a funeral person, right? I think I've been to maybe 3 funerals my whole entire life, all jokes aside. And that was both of my grandpops and then my aunt. All jokes aside, yep. Oh, and my brother. Sorry, 4 of them. Maybe 5, who knows, right? But the point is, right, I know a lot of people that has passed away already, and I don't do funerals. Why I don't do funerals? Because before I understood about grace, it was, you leaving this hellhole. I'm still here. And this was before I became a mother too, because now it's just like, I need to still be here, Father. I need to make sure my kids are all the way straight, not like a halfway straight, all the way straight, even though I know that you got them, but I want the joy to see them in person, Father God, and to experience, their hurt and their growth with them and stuff. So I pray, I'm like, just let me go, like 120, 520, 504. I want to live like the ones in the Bibles, because I believe that it's still possible, even though it's the Old Testament. Like, I believe that I can still live that long, so I want people to understand, right? God will do it. Won't he do it? And he'll do it. Not on your time, but on his time. He'll do it, and I'm telling you, he'll do it way better than you could ever imagine. I asked my sister to forgive me, of course, right? But I was wrong. I was wrong because I told her to shut up. She must have needed to get that off of her chest. Maybe her getting that off of her chest would made her feel, like she could accomplish it now. Like maybe she needed to say that for me to encourage her how she could have done it. Like, I don't know, but that negativity that she had coming was so strong that it overpowered my thoughts that I just had inside about how great that movie was and how God would do it. But that's me still learning for myself. And yes, I am a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite because I don't like negativity, but I got negativity inside, you guys, and it comes out sometimes. And I'm okay with that, because I'm going to learn every single time. So we got in the car and I started blasting, gospel music, because another thing is I have a tendency of listening to worldly music. It's more of, like love music, but it's not as encouraging, because it'll tell you about hurt and stuff, right? And it'll tell you about how you feel towards someone that doesn't love you and stuff like that. And that brings feelings that you've been dealing with, right? And that you're doing good because you've been focusing on God, but then you start remembering this stuff, and the minute that something bad goes wrong, like if somebody around you being negative, you go off with them. And of course, in my playlist, that I have more gospel music than I have worldly music, R&B, or little some rap, But the point is, sometimes I listen to more Hispanic music that are not gospel music, and more worldly music that is not gospel music, whether it's R&B, country, or rap. And I've noticed yesterday that it makes a difference, you guys. It really plays a big difference, you know. But again, I'm a work in progress. This video, and I'm talking about all of this stuff because I want you guys to understand. I make these videos and I'm still struggling every single day. I want you guys to know, and the name of the video is Won't He Do It? I have thousands of things that I have to do. Thousands every single day. Not only because I have OCD, but because I really do, right? But what I fail to realize sometimes is it's not my will, it's God's will. And God will handle it if I only would trust in Him and just put it in front of Him, okay? So around my house, and this is the reason why I'm in the bathroom, around my house in every single room, there is empowering, inspiring, encouraging scriptures or quotes around my house everywhere, especially my bathroom. Why? Because this is my comfort zone. Now, in my bathroom, let's start with this one, right? The towels. You cannot dry your hands with it because you see that the paper towel is for you to dry your hands. But you see that? Praise and believe. Now, over here, we got believe, praise, trust, and serve. It says, for believe, if you have faith as grain of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, be moved from this place to that, and it will be moved, and nothing will be impossible to you. Matthew 17:20. Praise. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Make a loud noise and rejoice and sing praise. Psalms 98:4. Serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Joshua 24:15. Trust. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. Proverbs 3:15. This is the one. This is the one that fits. Won't He do it? When you pray, you can't doubt. You can't doubt not even as big as a mustard seed, and that's the smallest seed that you can plant. You have to have full-blown faith that no matter what obstacle is coming in your way, about the thousands of things that you need to do, about the thousands of bills that you're in debt with, right, that He got you. He got you because you have that much faith. You trust in Him. That's what faith is, trusting in Jesus. And we say we are, oh, I don't trust nobody. Yes, you do. You bought a car, you trust that whether it was a brand new car or it was a slightly used car, right? You trust whoever sold it to you, right? You trust the people that worked on it, because guess what? It's trust to me. I mean, people say I overthink things, right? But it's the truth, right? When you buy a house, right, say that you outline it and you're building it from the bottom up, you're trusting them contractors to build it up the right way, right? When you put your money in your bank account, when you take out a credit card, it's the same. It's trust, you guys. When you go on the road, it's just like you trust that other cars are going to be, it's at least a B plus, to where you won't get in a car accident or won't die or won't get harmed that day, right? When you put your kids on a school bus, right? Because you don't have a car because you got to get to work and their school is on the opposite side of where your job is at. Whatever it is, it's trust, you guys. And what people fail to realize is you're not trusting you and them people. Deep down inside, who you really trusting is God. But we just don't like to speak it and say it. Well, I do. And this is why everywhere in my house, there's things to make me remember who I want to be. Because I love who I am now, and I love who I used to be, because that's who made me who I am now. But I want to keep on changing. I want to keep on learning. I want to keep going. I don't want my heart keep on being broken by people, especially guys. I want to have a husband that understands, my flaws, and understands that my flaws is what makes me great, though, and I understand that I'm a go-getter and I'm a very loyal person, but I can't sit on my butt, I can't just depend on a man, but we can do this together type of thing, And I know he's out there. I know he is. But I don't know where. Only God knows. But then He might be right in front of my face. I got a little fortune cookie one time, and it says the person that you truly love is right in front of your face. Maybe it is, But all I know is I want a man that fears God so much, like it's a God-fearing God, because he knows that He's the one that's in control. That the minute that He, met me, that's the second that He can lose me as well. I want a man that would just take my hand and pray with me. And I want a man that makes me feel confident about the prayers, not make me feel that I'm being manipulated with the prayers, And again, I'm in this work in progress, you know, and maybe this person is in front of my face and I won't know until 7 more years later. But when you are meant to be with somebody, there's nothing that no one can do. They can get married. They can go become prostitutes. They can go become drug addicts. It don't matter. Guess what? If that's the person that God already has in your book for you to be with, you're going to be with them. So today in my Jesus is Calling book, right? We have in here, it speaks about, hold on, let me go to 3 because I already changed it to. It says, grow strong in my light of my presence. Your weaknesses does not repel me. On the contrary, it attracts my power, which is always available to flow into a yield heart. Do not commend yourself for your constant need of help. Instead, come to me with your gaping neediness. Let the light of my love fill you. And it says more, right? But it says go to Psalms 116, 5 through 7, and Isaiah 30, 15, and Ephesians, Ephesians, you guys. I'm telling you these words, these names, 5:20. Now, it was amazing because last night we were talking about, remember last night the situation was how we get so overwhelmed. My sister is so overwhelmed with all the things that she needs to do, right? And sometimes we start helping people that help us because that's the right thing to do, right? But we help each other a lot. And I love my little sister to death, you know? And someday this week, I wasn't able to accomplish anything because I was out running around with my sister. And then, I guess yesterday she couldn't really do much because she was doing the same thing for me, right? But she quickly forgot that I have deadlines that she doesn't really have, you know, because she can maneuver her schedule around. But I have deadlines for schools, for contracts and stuff, right, that I put on hold because my sister needed me. And she quickly forgot because she still doesn't know about grace. Because grace knows what you do from the heart. And anything and everything that you do for other people while you're putting yourself on pause, you're doing it from the heart for the love of God, God will make sure that your path is that easy. So then today I started reading, you know, His Princess Warrior. And today, right, it says, where I stopped at rest for the warrior. It says, I am never too tired to carry you when you're too weak to walk. This is one of the privilege of being my princess. Take my gift of a Sabbath and rest, my beloved. Allow your body and mind to refuel while you rest. I can lift that heaviness in your heart so you will be more effective. Let me be your refuge when you're weary from life. And it keeps going on, but I got to get off, right? But I want you guys to know, if you just trust God, He's going to do it, you guys. I'm not perfect. I'm a hypocrite. So are you. You know, I make mistakes, but so do you. But that's what God needs. God needs us to be anxious for Him, because when we're anxious for everything else in the world, we think we're doing it correctly, but we're not. What we're doing is actually failing at it because we don't put Him in it. You know, He'll do it. He'll do it as long as you trust Him and you believe in Him and you tell that mountain to move. And the mountain that I'm telling to move is the worriness and the anxiousness that this world has. In the name of Jesus, I say to lift it up with love and peace, because grace protects you, people. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, you're battered in the devil, you're unconditionally loved, and you're protected by grace.